The wait for an organ transplant is often a desperate one, as you'll know. Tonight, in a special investigation by Points West and BBC World, our health correspondent has been looking at what the consequences of that desperate search can be.
Well, Matthew Hill has been investigating the apparent trade in organs from prisoners of conscience in the city of Guangzhou in China. The link to us in the West? Well, Guangzhou is Bristol's twin city, and now the mayor here is under pressure to cut the ties.
Well, China denies anything untoward is going on, but as Matthew Hill has been discovering, campaigners believe there is a thriving trade in human organs.
She seems so used to seeing Korean visitors.
This undercover reporter captures a Korean patient recovering from a liver transplant at a hospital in China. The suspicion is there's a roaring trade in organs being harvested by the Chinese regime. Is that in Guangzhou? Right. And posing as a transplant patient, I'm offered a new liver at short notice in Guangzhou, Bristol's twin city.
$100,000.
In other countries, it can take years to get a suitable organ, but here it's only weeks. So where are they coming from? China admits it used to take organs from executed prisoners and claims it stopped the practice in 2015. But this campaigner believes organs are still being harvested from prisoners of conscience. Falun Gong is a spiritual movement based on meditation, but regarded as an illegal sect by China. In 2005, Annie was sent to this re-education camp in Beijing.
They took all these Falun Gong practitioners to the nearest hospital and have a regular body check. They include like a chest X-ray, the liver test is ultrasound, and a blood test every 3 months.
These campaigners say they've heard similar accounts from other prisoners of conscience.
It's collected from people in China who've sent information back. It's doctors who've testified. It's people who've been tortured and they've been in camps and they've witnessed things. But there's just so much of it.
They claim Bristol's twin city, Guangzhou, is one of the biggest black market transplant centres. They've submitted a petition which calls on the council to put human rights before commerce.
This isn't something that we're intending to do right now. What we are doing is working with our national government on all these human rights issues.
I've come to a gathering of international transplant surgeons in Madrid. The doctor in charge of China's fledgling organ donation scheme was prepared to take a few questions. He said so far there were 500,000 volunteers. But is that really enough to deliver all the transplants in such a huge country?
Last year, we have 15,000 organ transplantation performed.
He claimed organs came from some of the 6 million people who die each year in intensive care.
They estimate it's about at least 100,000 transplants.
That's a nonsense. I don't want to listen and answer the question somebody with some political agendas. Well, okay, you understand?
Until there is greater transparency, the suspicion will remain that prisoners detained for what they believe are the new source for organs. Matthew Hill, BBC Points West.